fire, fire, fire. I'm ready. Dumbest TikTok trends ever. Another really dumb one was filing down your teeth as well. I just thought of that one.
A new trend on social media is raising serious concern among local police departments.
She looks like Hillary
It
Clinton.
involves people shooting innocent bystanders with water pellets.
Please, don't pee your pants for TikTok. This is perhaps...
There's a lot of VTubers that have pissed themselves for stream. Yeah. I don't know, man. Peeing your pants for content, that's strong.
perhaps one of the dumbest challenges next to eating Tide Pods that I've ever witnessed.
TikTok is not reality to real life, but there's real consequences for some of those things that go on there.
TikTok created the internet's worst challenges, and as of right now, TikTok could potentially be banned. Today, we'll explore.
How old is this? 2 months ago? Were they talking about TikTok getting banned? I don't remember.
Or the dumbest
Everything's blended
TikTok
in
trends
chat.
ever, starting with weird ones to straight up insane. So my goal this year is to give you guys double the amount of videos without
Whoa.
sacrificing quality. And to do that, we got to keep growing. So 75% of you guys aren't subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you did. And I promise to do my very
Subscribe.
best. I'm Visual Venture, and you are awesome. The pee in your
Aw,
pants
thanks.
challenge. People usually join TikTok trends to look cool, but the pee in your pants challenge was different because it was just embarrassing. It began in
Why? No, you know what? I can't. Killian like pooped your pants on stream.
April 2020 when a guy named Liam
Yeah,
Wire filmed
I
himself
can't say
peeing his
anything.
pants. Then he posted the video online.
Pee your pants challenge.
Liam made the video as a joke. He just wanted to make fun of how ridiculous TikTok challenges had become. But
I don't believe that. He actually might have done it, not ironically, and then he said it was ironic.
people didn't get that joke. Instead, they thought he was trying to start a new trend. And just like that, the pee your pants challenge took off. TikTokers everywhere started filming themselves in front of mirrors, wetting themselves. And
I'm telling you, the government could easily psy up a bunch of people using TikTok. They'd have to do it very carefully, but I think they could do it. Make people shit themselves on TikTok.
anyone watching the video could see the wet spot on their pants.
Pee your pants challenge.
TikTok eventually deleted Liam's video, but that didn't stop the challenge from spreading. This was during the lockdown when people were stuck at home and desperate for entertainment. At its peak, the Pee Your Pants challenge hit over 4 million views on TikTok.
4 million views on TikTok. I'm in the wrong, I'm in the wrong platform. There's no way. Who watches them? Someone piss their pants and then be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
TikTok. But although it was getting a lot of
Watch it
attention,
again.
most people obviously found it disgusting.
Please, don't pee your pants for TikTok. This is perhaps one of the dumbest challenges next to eating Tide Pods that I've ever witnessed.
But it wasn't just gross, there were real consequences for those who took part in the challenge. The biggest problem was that the internet never forgets. Anyone who did this challenge now has a video of them peeing their pants on the internet forever. And with many employers now checking social media before hiring, they could easily find those embarrassing videos. The
If you use your social media handle the same as your last, first and last name, I genuinely think that's a skill issue. No, I'm serious. How would they know unless your name is, identical to the name of your real name? The username or whatever. What are you, stupid? Yeah, I feel like it's not that bad. It's just a filter.
challenge eventually faded, but it left an important lesson behind. Trends end, but embarrassment lasts forever. This next trend also seemed harmless, but it could easily send people to the emergency room. The raw dogging challenge. In 2023, Apple TV released a show called Hijack. It was an interesting story, but no one expected it to spark one of TikTok's dumbest trends. In the Hijack show, the main character spends 7 hours on a plane without using any devices for entertainment to pass the
Oh, wait, I heard about about this. Never mind, it's not what I thought.
Time. He endured the long flight with 0 distractions. Somehow, this inspired TikTokers to do the same. By June 2024, people were posting videos of themselves raw dogging flights. This meant no scrolling on their phone, no music, no reading. They would just sit there for hours staring straight ahead.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that was used to be pretty normal. You just like read a book or something.
They called it the raw dogging challenge. At first, it seemed
Raw
like an
dogging.
interesting endurance test. Some called it the ultimate dopamine detox to reset the brain. But as always, TikTok took it way too far. Participants added extra
No books,
rules
no
like
reading. I guess. I mean that. No sleeping.
no sleeping, no
Okay, no, that you're actually a retard. What the fuck?
drinking water, and no snacking or eating. The more extreme it got, the more people tried to outdo each other. Soon,
Yeah, see, this is where the problem like starts, is that Americans imagining that they don't eat more than every 2 hours and not eating a Big Mac, that's where it gets crazy. Americans need to consume food every 2 hours, otherwise you die.
raw dogging flights wasn't just a trend. It was a competition who could last the longest. Even celebrities, rappers, and athletes joined, posting their own entries. Before long, the challenge even had an unofficial scorecard. And since it turned into a contest, people started cheating. Some actually raw dogged flights while others just faked it. Like Nathan Daw, who posted a TikTok claiming he raw dogged a 9-hour flight. But there was one problem. The airline he flew didn't even have flights that long. Then there was comedian Danny Duncan. He
People take that so seriously, they cross-referenced it. That's so strong.
said that he raw dogged an 18-hour flight, but his clip was obviously a joke. But not everyone picks up on these jokes, so these fake videos inspire more people to actually participate. And that's where the real problem started, because most TikTokers didn't understand that this challenge could actually be dangerous. Taking long flights without food or water increases the risk of dehydration. Planes
To be fair, yeah, the no drinking's really bad because the cabin itself is really dry. You should never not drink, especially on an airplane. It's really bad.
already dry you out, and this only makes dehydration worse.
At sea level, the average humidity in the air is 40 to 50%, where in an aircraft
it's
it can be as low
10%.
as 10%.
My mom and I, when I was a kid, she'd put moisturizer on my face and on my hands and my feet so that I don't dry out. I don't have dry skin, but like it's just better for you. Yeah.
If your body isn't used to that level of humidity, you can rapidly dehydrate.
But dehydration wasn't the only danger.
So not only are you dehydrating yourself by just sitting in the cabin, your blood is also losing a lot of oxygen by breathing in such thin air constantly.
True.
Airplane air is way thinner than what we breathe on the ground. That's why people feel lightheaded or exhausted after a long flight. The lower oxygen levels make it harder for the body to function properly. But most TikTokers didn't understand the risks, so they kept going. Luckily, the media stepped in just in time. One article read, "Idiots are doing this on planes and it's dangerous." They ripped the raw dogging challenge apart, listing all the ways it could go wrong.
People don't care though. What do you mean? People are still gonna do it.
Other media personalities called the trend
Someone's gonna
pointless.
pass out.
Being a person, being present in the space you're physically occupying, even that we now call a trend.
As news outlets
Anything
criticized
for
and
views,
pointed
bros.
out the dangers, the challenge started losing momentum. And by the end of 2024, TikTokers abandoned the raw dogging challenge and moved on to the next viral trend.
Can we stop calling it the raw dogging challenge? Like, come on. I have a bunch of horny VTuber watchers in my stream. Can we not call it that? Please?
We already know that TikTok is full of terrible health advice, but this next challenge might be the dumbest health trend ever. The beard tanning challenge.
What?
The beard tanning trend probably started because of a shocking claim that spread on TikTok. In July 2023, a TikToker posted a video warning that using sunscreen was actually dangerous.
I mean, to be fair, we did just watch a video of a woman in Florida, and it looks like she was allergic to sunscreen. Her body, it was like leather.
Literally rubbing cancer into our skins.
The District of New York follows a report by online pharmacy Valisure,
which detected high levels of benzene in several brands and batches of sunscreen.
He explained that some sunscreens contain benzene, which is a chemical suspected of causing cancer. That was all people needed to hear. The video went viral, getting over 5 million views.
People have no idea how chemicals work. Guys, did you know water is also a bad chemical? It's got hydrogen in it. It could kill you.
Viewers were scared, but they were also confused. If sunscreen was dangerous, what were people supposed to use instead?
Don't
TikTok
go
had an answer:
outside!
beer. Barely a month after the sunscreen controversy blew up, a new TikTok trend started. It was called the beer tanning challenge. People would film themselves rubbing beer all over their skin, then lie out in the sun. The idea was that the hops in beer boosted melanin in the skin,
I'm sorry, but why do we care about these people? It increases the melanin. No, this is a 4chan meme post. There's no way. But beer boosts melanin? What?
speeding up the tanning process.
Oh boy, what's happening here? Yeah, this guy's pouring beer all over himself here. This is the latest trend on TikTok, beer tanning.
At first, it sounded like a crazy theory, but soon people started posting before and after shots showing off their deep tans. Some
Yeah, the Photoshop doesn't exist or anything, right guys?
even swore beer worked better than sunscreen. Within weeks, the beer tanning challenge became very popular. Videos with the hashtag BeerTan skyrocketed to almost 300,000 views, and more people joined the challenge. But while TikTokers were celebrating their bronzed skin, one group was trying to shut down this challenge ASAP. Dermatologists hated the beer tanning challenge and called it downright dangerous. For starters, the science behind beer tanning was completely bogus.
No, what? No way. What? Beer doesn't actually boost your melanin? What?
The hops in the beer stimulate the production of melatonin, which leads to a tan. But there's absolutely
she said melatonin. It's not melatonin, it's melanin.
No evidence to support this.
Beer has 0 SPF, which means it doesn't protect the skin from sunburn like proper sunscreen does. Even with sunscreen, 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer. Swapping sunscreen for beer only increases that risk. As the media covered the dangers,
You know what? They should have kept this trend going because some crocodile or alligator in Florida would eat a human suntanning and it would be like, this is awesome. I just got a tasty, like, alcohol-soaked human. Yum! Feed the crocodiles!
the backlash grew.
Yeah,
Eventually,
and your
TikTok
beer
stepped in.
braised,
They
yeah,
banned
in
the
the
beer
sun.
tanning challenge and started removing any videos promoting it. And since TikTok was suppressing the beer tanning challenge, it gradually disappeared. This next trend caused nothing but pain and discomfort. But that's exactly what made people want to try it. No Poop July. The No Poop July challenge is as ridiculous as it sounds. The goal is simple: don't use the
Chat, I'm
toilet
gonna
for
do
the
it.
entire month of July. Every year, hundreds of people join in posting TikTok videos to show how long they can last. But before we find out if anyone actually pulled it off, there's a bigger question. How did such a ridiculous trend even start? In July 2020, a TikToker named OK Kron posted a video looking extremely uncomfortable. The text on the screen read, "Day 1 of No Poop July." OK Kron's face said it all. He was struggling to hold it in, but the caption made it even funnier. It said, "Can I make it till the end?" It was a bold question, and thousands wanted to see if OK Kron could actually last the whole month. His video
Oh my god, these people are so dumb. Chat, I did a TikTok live probably like a year or two ago, and I can honestly say with utmost confidence, if you think you're stupid in Twitch chat, or that you see someone getting banned in Twitch chat or whatever, or you see someone like saying something stupid on YouTube, it is 100 million times worse. They are so much worse than any of you guys combined.
received 84,000 likes and the comments were
shit
full
I
of
read
people
was
cheering him
insane.
on. As the days passed, OKCron kept the suspense going with dramatic updates. Each new video showed him looking worse, sweat pouring down his face, pained facial expressions, and lots of squirming. The more uncomfortable he looked, the more excited viewers got. Viewers weren't sure if he was kidding or if he was really holding it in for a month, but it was entertaining regardless. Then, just as July was coming to an end, there was a twist.
You might know him as the kid who hasn't pooped for 26 days, but today,
He's
no
a
proof
faker.
that he lied.
No poop July, though. Did you fail? Be real.
Yeah, obviously. Like,
But this is a joke. I think he's funny. I think he made a stupid joke and people actually like went with it. Come on, this is hilarious.
I'd be in the hospital.
With a simple,
Discord
funny
call?
video, OKCron admitted he failed the challenge.
No,
Up
he
until
faked
this
it,
moment,
no.
No Poop July wasn't even a trend. It was just one guy doing something dumb for laughs. However, it got people wondering if it was possible to go an entire month without pooping. They were determined to find out. TikTok quickly dug up a real-life case that made the challenge seem possible. It was about a man who held it in for a very long time.
And while he was waiting behind bars, Lamar went on a poop strike. He simply refused to go to the bathroom altogether. He didn't go to the bathroom for literally 47 straight days.
Suddenly, No Poop July didn't seem like it was just a joke. So by July 2021, 1 year after the original challenge, it started trending again. This time, more TikTokers joined in, posting videos of themselves trying to hold it in. And some of
Fucking sweat running down his face on the beard.
them were taking the challenge seriously.
dumb.
Even OKCron came back for the 2021 challenge, posting daily updates just like before. Then in July 2022, No Poop July returned for the 3rd year in a row. That's when doctors realized this was becoming an annual event and they were horrified. Worried doctors begged people not to try the challenge.
I'm just saying, I feel like if you fall for this, it's natural selection. They're clearly kidding. Like, why can't we make jokes anymore? Was there some idiot trying to blow themselves up for content?
This is not normal because if you're not having a bowel movement every day, it could lead to abdominal pain, gas, bloating, and other issues.
But instead of dying down, it exploded. The 2023 edition of No Poop July racked up 80 million views in just a few weeks.
Dude, it's July. You know what that means? I don't know what that means. Just look on TikTok. It's No Poop July. Oh no!
The 2024 edition crossed 100 million views. But 2024 was special because OKCron, the TikToker who started it all, decided to turn the ridiculous trend into something meaningful. To everyone's surprise, he announced that he donated about $1,000 worth of toilet paper to various charities. OKCron's donation meant that something positive came out of this dumb challenge. Hopefully, No Poop July won't return in 2025.
That's a nice thing
but with
to
how
do.
popular it's gotten, it probably will. The next
Everybody
trend
needs
on our
toilet
list was
paper.
mostly done by women, and it backfired in the
A trend mostly done by women. What could women possibly do that only women could do that was a dumb trend? There's a lot of dumb things women do. I don't know. I'm kind of scratching my head a little bit.
worst way possible. The Silhouette Challenge.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Hundreds of women took part in this challenge,
What's
but they
this?
had no idea that this trend would make them targets for creeps and trolls on the internet. The challenge
I don't know, man. I feel like my parents taught me that you shouldn't do anything like that on the internet as a girl. But look at where I am now, a VTuber. But
started in January 2021 when a TikToker named Yoelise posted a video with a unique editing style. The silhouette effect with the red background looked amazing. Within hours, Yoelise's comments were flooded with people begging for a tutorial. They wanted to make their own versions. Yoelise listened. That same day, she posted a step-by-step guide. To create the silhouette effect, they just needed to use a red tinted filter from Snapchat or TikTok. Before long, TikTokers everywhere were trying it out. They called it the Silhouette Challenge.
Okay.
Even celebrities joined the trend.
So turn on the light in your bathroom. Okay. Go in your door arch, okay? And just whatever you want to do.
At its peak, the Silhouette Challenge got more than 200 million views on TikTok. But like most TikTok trends, it didn't take
Some got nude. Oh, kids probably got involved. Yeah.
long for things to go wrong. Because the challenge was showing off body shapes, the participants wore as little as possible. Others wore nothing at all. After all, the red filter was supposed to hide everything, leaving only a shadow. But it turns out the filter wasn't foolproof. Before long, some creeps online
How to remove red filter from TikToks? Oh no!
figured out how to remove the filter. And once they took it off, they could see everything, if you catch my drift. Suddenly, tutorials on how to remove the red filter started popping.
All of these ones are like just, why don't you just look at corn? Hold on, why don't you just look at corn though?
Popping up everywhere. And since there were hundreds of Silhouette Challenge videos online, creeps were having a field day. People even created subreddits like Silhouette Unfiltered to share Silhouette Challenge videos with the filters removed. Panic spread fast. Suddenly, TikTokers were warning everyone to stay away from the Silhouette Challenge, or at least wear clothes while doing it.
So word of warning, if you're going to make a video as part of the Silhouette Challenge, keep your clothes on. People are attempting to revert the videos back to their normal coloring, and that can reveal things that viewers aren't supposed to see.
For some, the warnings came in time, but for others, it was too late. Their videos had been downloaded, altered, and shared to creeps across the internet.
Again, I learned how to Photoshop in school for photography. Like, I took photography in high school, and I feel like I would have figured that out. I was like, oh, yeah, well, obviously, if someone just reverses it and then lightens the whole image, then it's like, it's over. With kids, it's not okay, but I think if you're an adult and you don't figure this one out, it's like, a little bit of a skill issue. Kids are stupid. I totally would. I totally understand why they shut this shit down real quick.
TikTok tried to help by banning filter removal tutorials and shutting down accounts spreading them. But instead of being relieved, some victims blamed TikTok for not acting sooner.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. It's their fault for letting you be stupid. You're right, sweetheart. Yeah. They let you buy cigarettes when you're 18 years old or 21 years old, but it's their fault that you got cancer for getting the cigarettes and smoking them.
Thing was clear. The Silhouette Challenge should have never existed. This next trend wasn't just dumb, it was also a crime. The Chase Bank glitch.
Oh, this was so good. I remember talking about this on stream. This is a good one.
On September 1st, 2024, TikTokers were buzzing with excitement. The reason was because they thought they found a way to get free money. Thousands of dollars completely free. They called it the Chase Bank glitch.
So what people would do, they would write a big check that they didn't have the money for, a bad check, and then they would immediately take money away from an ATM.
Just like the guy explained, they would write a check for more money than they had in their Chase Bank account, and
they do not teach like financial literacy in school, like in any school, like America, Europe, or any other country. Check fraud has been around for like since banks were a thing, like legitimately, like since not a glitch is fraud. I know, but people called it a glitch so that they would do it. I thought it was here in America. No, it's not. They don't teach it enough. They want to keep you dumb and stupid so that shit like this happens again.
Deposited. These checks were fake because their accounts had no money to back them up. Then, before the bank could catch on, they would rush to an ATM and withdraw the check's full amount. In other words, they were scamming the bank for free cash. As word spread, the hashtag #ChaseBankGlitch started trending on TikTok. Within hours, people were lined up at Chase Bank ATMs eager to cash in.
Nah, I said it's heavy.
No, look at all the people lining up, man. No.
There was one small problem. The so-called glitch was actually a crime.
That's
As more
my
people
block.
heard about
That's
the
right.
trend, financial
It's my block
experts
too.
explained why the Chase Bank glitch was actually check fraud.
Make no mistake, in every sense of the word, this is check fraud. You are knowingly writing fake checks. And to make it even worse, you are committing a felony against yourself.
Anyone caught committing check fraud can face huge fines, prison time, and even a lifetime ban from opening a bank account.
I'm telling you, it's they don't teach enough in schools. Like, I feel like you just need to know this kind of thing.
Chase will.
We also have so much information at our fingertips using our phones, and you don't just go like, hey, can I do this? And is this a real thing? And figure it out.
Alert every other bank that you try
You have to be so dumb, man.
And you may possibly never be able to get an account. You have to.
But despite all the
They don't
warnings,
teach
the
this
Chase
shit in
Bank
school,
glitch
man.
kept trending on TikTok. Some posted screenshots of their bank balance.
$9 million? Woo! That's a lot of lottery tickets!
As proof that it worked. Others saw a chance to cash in, selling step-by-step guides or charging
Okay,
fees.
hold on. Selling step-by-step guides on check fraud, that's clean. That is clean right there. Because they can't implicate you and you're still making money off of it. That's easy money.
Step-by-step guides or
smart.
charging fees to teach people how to pull it off. But it was only a matter of time before the bosses
it's so
at Chase
smart,
Bank
dude.
realized TikTokers were stealing from them. And when they did, they were furious. On September 2nd, barely 24 hours after the glitch
It's still a crime. No, of course it is. I understand. I'm just saying it's not the same thing as doing it directly. It's just funny. Like, bro, it's so fucking good. You get this book and a PDF on how to commit this.
went viral, Chase Bank shut it down. The bank released a statement saying the glitch was fixed. Fake checks wouldn't work anymore. And just to make things clear, they added, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing the funds from your account is fraud, plain and simple. Now everyone who took advantage of the glitch was panicking, and they had good reason to be worried because Chase Bank was coming after them. By October 2024, the bank started suing those who used the glitch. One person stole $335,000 during the glitch. Chase
I love that they're calling it a glitch too, not like straight up fraud. They're saying the word glitch.
Didn't stop there. They identified accounts that deposited those fake checks, froze them, and took back whatever money was left. Most of those accounts ended up with negative account balances with a bunch of zeros.
Man, they really.
This is the one. This is the TikTok. This is it.
Told me to tap in. Next day was supposed to clear. And look at my account, yo.
Look at my account, man.
Soon, arrests began. Those who thought they scored free money were charged and tried in court. The Chase Bank glitch became a brutal lesson. Don't commit a financial crime because someone on TikTok told you it was cool.
Want to, though.
This next trend took an ordinary daily activity and turned it into something idiotic. The cereal challenge. Here's how the challenge works. Two people had to participate. One person lay down with their mouth wide open while the other poured cereal and milk in. Then the second person had to eat the cereal straight from their mouth using a
Bro, people are gonna argue and say like, oh, it's like kissing. It's like, it's not though, because you're eating food. It's like eating a Big Mac and then spitting it into the other person's mouth. Let's go, waterboarding. I mean, that too, but like, I mean, I'm thinking about the hygiene. Like, let's not even think about the waterboarding part.
spoon. To pass the challenge, the person on the bottom had to keep their mouth open while the second person ate from it. Some managed to keep their mouths open long enough to complete the challenge. Others ended up coughing soaked in milk. Huge influencers with millions of followers joined the trend. And with that kind of reach, the cereal challenge spread faster.
Doing the cereal challenge with my sister.
Nah, you couldn't pay me to do this with my brother. That's so fucking disgusting. Human mouths, like, they're disgusting. Like, they don't hurt you because it's your mouth. Like, because it's your body, right? Like, that's why you don't get hurt. But if you bite someone, they can get a serious infection.
Some even decided to involve their pets in the challenge, and you do not want to see those videos.
What do you mean you involved your pets in there? Ew.
But the challenge was also pretty risky.
Well, that is such a white woman thing to do. You pour what, milk in their mouth, and then like, you're like waterboarding your animal. Ew.
The person lying down inhaled milk or cereal, they could legitimately choke and suffocate. This trend was all risk with zero reward. Luckily, the cereal challenge didn't last long. But while it was trending, it proved people will do just about anything for 15 minutes of fame, even if it puts their health on the line. This next trend was one.
Fuck my health. Like, what? Why would you do this to another animal? Like, the animal can't consent, man. That's so disgusting.
Of the dumbest and most dangerous ones out there. The Orbeez Challenge.
Oh, this.
In 2022, the Orbeez Challenge was so notorious that people threatened to arrest anyone caught doing it. To understand why, you first need to know what Orbeez are. Orbeez are tiny beads that swell up when soaked in water.
There are 1 million Orbeez in this bar.
1 million Orbeez!
This is literally so satisfying.
Yeah, really satisfying. Pour it outside and then have the plastic degrade into your lawn too.
Orbeez are usually harmless. Kids play with them and some people even use them to relieve stress. But in 2022, someone had a reckless idea. They started loading Orbeez into toy guns and shooting them like tiny water bullets. Except they weren't aiming them at friends. They were targeting random strangers.
These things can shoot up to about 200, 210 feet per second.
And then it got even worse. People
They actually kind of hurt, huh?
began freezing the Orbeez before.
Okay, that's diabolical. Nah, that's diabolical. Freezing them too?
Before loading them. So instead of bursting on impact, the frozen Orbeez hit like rubber bullets.
Ow.
That made them a lot more painful and more dangerous.
These toy guns, well, they can really actually replicate a real firearm.
By March 2022, the Orbeez...
You take someone's eye out like that and their vision is ruined for life. I would actually have a hard time not trying to kill the person that did that to me. Like, okay, I blinded myself, I'm an idiot, but this guy, like, actually took my, like, ability to see.
Challenge was out of control. TikTokers across the country were shooting Orbeez at random strangers.
A new trend on social media is raising serious concern among local police departments. It involves people shooting innocent bystanders with water pellets.
Police cracked down hard, arresting teens who participated in the challenge. In one case, 4 teens were arrested. They were charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and reckless endangerment.
Police say surveillance videos showed the 4 teens pull up in a car and fire the gel pellets into a class working outside.
You would think arrests would scare people off, but it didn't. Kids
No, because you're arresting them, you're not putting them in juvie or jail.
kept doing the Orbeez challenge until someone lost their life. On June 2nd, 2022, a group of teenagers Orbeezed some guys playing basketball. But these weren't the kind of guys to laugh it off. A fight broke out, and by the time it was over, one of the basketball players lost his life. He was only 17. When the media
I'm sorry, that's so fucked. Imagine you're the mom of the guy that died, man. That's so fucked up, man.
reported the case, people
Well, how did your son die? Oh, someone shot him with Orbeez and then he got stabbed or something. Yeah, they gratis, exactly.
finally realized how
That's
serious
so
this
sad.
challenge was.
TikTok is not reality to real life, but there's real consequences for some of those things that go on there.
That was the final straw. Police cracked down harder on the Orbeez challenge.
Good,
In
should've done that
Kentucky, a
earlier.
mayor banned water pellet toys completely. Walmart, Target, and Amazon pulled Orbeez from their shelves. Even Spin Master, the company behind Orbeez, addressed the issue. They released a statement saying they had no affiliation with the gel toys and that their Orbeez products were not intended to be used as projectiles.
sucks, man.
But after all this, the Orbeez challenge didn't completely disappear. Orbeez challenge incidents were still being reported as recently as 2024. These trends prove that some people will do anything to fit in. But just remember, the people that change the world are the ones that choose to be different.
Yeah, be a VTuber instead so you can harm yourself instead of other people.
Visual venture.
Based.
Wait, before you go, make sure you guys watch part 1 of this video right here. Love you guys. Peace.
Oh my god, these trends are so bad. I'm surprised that they didn't include the Tide Pod challenge. Maybe it's too generic. Yeah, it's too generic. I feel like everybody says that. Yeah, go out, check out Visual Venture. Very cool, very informative.